Ever felt like you aged 10 years overnight? Like one day you're fine, and suddenly your hangovers last 3 days, your knees make weird noises, and you're squinting at restaurant menus. Science says you're not imagining it. Your body actually does fall apart at specific ages, and researchers just figured out exactly when it happens. So here's what we've all been told about aging. It's supposed to be this slow, gradual decline. Every year you get a little older, a little slower, maybe a few more gray hairs. Nice and steady, right? Wrong. Stanford researchers just discovered that aging is more like falling off two massive cliffs, and most of us have no idea we're heading straight for them. Scientists tracked 135,000 different molecules in human bodies over several years. That's 246 billion data points, making this one of the most comprehensive aging studies ever done. They looked at everything: proteins, metabolites, RNA, even the bacteria living in your gut. And what they found completely changes how we think about getting older. Here's the shocking part: 81% of the molecules they tracked don't change gradually at all. Instead, they go through massive transformations at two specific ages: 44 and 60. We're talking about dramatic shifts that affect everything from how you process alcohol to how your immune system functions. Let me paint you a picture of what happens at 44. Remember when you could drink a bottle of wine on Friday night and bounce back for Saturday brunch? At 44, your alcohol metabolism takes a nosedive. But it's not just booze. Your body suddenly struggles with caffeine, too. That third cup of coffee that used to be no problem, now it keeps you up all night. Your cardiovascular system starts changing dramatically. The molecules related to heart disease shift significantly. Your ability to process fats changes. Even your skin and muscle composition transform. And here's the kicker: this happens to both men and women. The researchers initially thought it might be menopause causing these changes in women, but nope. Men go through the exact same molecular cliff dive at 44. Professor Michael Snyder from Stanford, who led the study, put it perfectly. He said, "We're not changing gradually over time. There are some really dramatic changes." It turns out the mid-40s is a time of dramatic change, and that's true no matter what molecules you look at. Now, if you think 44 sounds bad, wait until you hear about 60. This is when your immune system basically decides to take early retirement. The molecules that help you fight off diseases, they plummet. Your kidney function changes. Your ability to process carbohydrates goes haywire, which explains why so many people develop diabetes in their 60s. The study found that people in their 60s show major changes in immune regulation molecules. Those inflammatory cytokines that help your body fight infections, they drop significantly. This isn't just about feeling tired or getting more colds. This molecular shift is linked to serious stuff like Alzheimer's disease, which typically shows up after 60. What makes this research so groundbreaking is how they did it. They followed 108 people aged 25 to 75, taking samples every few months for up to 7 years. Blood samples, stool samples, skin swabs, the works. They tracked everything from the bacteria in your nose to the proteins in your blood. Dr. Zhao Tao Shen, one of the lead researchers, explained that they were looking for when changes and disruptions most commonly occurred at a molecular level. And what they found, instead of seeing steady changes year by year, they saw these two massive periods of transformation. Think about it this way. Your body is like a car that runs perfectly fine for years. Then, suddenly at 44, half the engine parts need replacing. You patch it up, keep driving, then at 60, the transmission falls out. It's not gradual wear and tear, it's specific moments when everything changes at once. The cardiovascular changes are particularly intense. At both 44 and 60, molecules related to heart disease undergo significant shifts.
This explains why heart attack risk doesn't climb steadily with age, but jumps dramatically at certain points. Your body is literally changing its fundamental chemistry. Here's something that'll make you rethink your morning routine. The study found that caffeine metabolism changes dramatically at both ages. People who could drink espresso after dinner without losing sleep suddenly find themselves wide awake at 3 a.m. from an afternoon latte. Your liver enzymes that break down caffeine, they're not working like they used to. The skin and muscle changes hit at both ages too. This isn't just about wrinkles or going gray. We're talking about fundamental changes in muscle composition and skin structure. The molecules that maintain muscle mass and skin elasticity undergo rapid transformation. No wonder people suddenly feel like they aged overnight. At a molecular level, they kinda did. Now, before you panic about your upcoming 44th birthday, there's actually good news hidden in this research. Knowing when these changes happen means you can prepare for them. Dr. Snyder believes we should adjust our lifestyles while we're still healthy, not wait until problems show up. If you're approaching 44, this might be the time to seriously cut back on alcohol. Your body's about to lose its ability to process it efficiently. Start strength training now to combat the muscle changes. Get serious about heart health before those cardiovascular molecules shift. For those nearing 60, the focus should shift to immune support and metabolic health. This is when your carbohydrate processing goes sideways, so dietary changes become crucial. Regular health screenings become even more important, especially for kidney function and immune markers. The researchers suggest getting comprehensive health checkups at least twice a year once you hit your 40s. Not just the basic stuff, detailed metabolic panels that can catch these molecular changes as they happen. What's fascinating is that some people might experience these changes earlier or later than average. The study showed individual variation, but the clustering around 44 and 60 was remarkably consistent. It's like we all have internal clocks set to transform at these specific times. This research also explains why certain health strategies work better at different ages. That diet that worked great in your 30s might be useless after 44 because your body processes nutrients differently. Exercise routines need to adapt to these molecular shifts. The lifestyle factors are huge here. The study suggested that stress and behavior patterns in your 40s might accelerate these changes. Mid-40s is often peak stress time, career pressure, teenage kids, aging parents. This stress might trigger or worsen the molecular transformations. But here's what really gets me. This isn't this slow decline where you barely notice changes year to year. This is your body hitting specific age milestones and basically renovating itself at a molecular level. And it's happening whether you're ready or not. The practical takeaway is stop thinking of aging as this gradual slide and start preparing for these two major transitions. If you're in your late 30s or early 40s, now's the time to build healthy habits that'll carry you through that first wave. Already past 44, focus on preparing for the changes coming at 60. Regular exercise becomes non-negotiable. Not just cardio, strength training to combat muscle loss, dietary adjustments based on your changing metabolism. Maybe that means less alcohol. Definitely means being smarter about caffeine timing. And those regular health checkups, they're not optional anymore. The researchers are already working on understanding what drives these changes. Is it pre-programmed in our genes, environmental factors, some combination? Future studies might even find ways to slow or modify these transformations. For now, though, we have invaluable information. We know when our bodies are most likely to undergo dramatic changes. We can prepare, adjust, and potentially minimize the impact of these molecular shifts. It's not about preventing aging, it's about aging smarter. So next time someone says they woke up feeling old, believe them. They might have just hit one of these molecular cliffs. The good news is, now we know they're coming, and knowledge is power when it comes to healthy aging. What do you think about these findings? Have you noticed sudden changes in your 40s or 60s that now make more sense? Understanding when and how we age isn't just fascinating science, it's practical information that can literally change how you experience getting older. These aren't just numbers on a calendar, they're pivotal moments when your body transforms at the deepest molecular level. Use this knowledge wisely. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video.